Okay, this is a tensor ring macrocosmic tower buster. We see our tensor ring, our neodymium disc, and our quartz coiled in copper, our elite shungite, our petalite, our selenite, our kyanite, our lepidolite, and then this bottom area is the MMSSO, metal, mineral, salt, sand, ormus. So that's really where we get a lot of atomized metals, minerals, salts, and sands, and ormus superconductors. And we were able to cover a lot of surface area when everything's atomized like that, powdered. So that is our accumulator foundation. That's what really is pulling in the surrounding energy. And what's routing out the energy is the quartz being coiled in copper like that. Okay, and we have a medicine wheel charging plate over here with our Radionics, and it's coiled as well, as you can see, along with the Mobius coil. So there's two coils in there. So that really is routing out the energy. We're utilizing the copper, which is used in obviously a lot of different capacities to route energy really well. So Rita also got a small Luna amulet, which is very popular with animal companions and kids, nice small size. But today's video is going to be about negative ion readings. So when you're doing negative ion readings, you typically want to just find a spot where you can get it to zero and it's a nice neutral spot. So my old wooden table here is a good neutral point here where there's really nothing going on. We have a glass here. There's probably nothing going on here as well. Maybe a little something. But typically, yeah, you find your neutral spot, okay? So there's nothing going on here. Now, we've done these tests in the past. Hear me out here, okay? I don't want to bore you, but we've done these tests with a Himalayan salt lamp. There's been no readings show up at all. Now, we compared that with a Dream Machine, and there was negative and positive. And my theory on that is because these devices are accumulators, they are going to show negative and positive when you're around them, because they're accumulating the surrounding energy. And a lot of times that surrounding energy will have positive ions. You know, I have a few electronics in here, and they're pulling in that surrounding energy. Now, if you were to do this to a Himalayan salt lamp and move it around a little bit, you will not see any fluctuations. But with orgonite, and we're putting it down here, we're not even touching it really, we're just putting it next to it where the energy is being coiled out, almost shot out, right, by the copper. So we're just putting it in that field where it's coming out of the copper. And so what's happening really is, in my opinion, what we're seeing with these fluctuations of going from negative to positive is it's pulling in the surrounding ether, and it's transmuting and repelling out negative ions. So it's transmuting any dead energy and repelling out negative ions. So that's why you're seeing positive and negative. And we're just putting it in the space where it goes out. Okay, so negative ions, those are what we want to be around. And with orgonite, they're just constantly going to be doing this. They're constantly going to be pulling in negative or positive ions and harmonizing the surrounding ether and repelling out negative ions. Okay, so you can see the negative ions showing up, and these will continuously work. They're going to be continuously working like this. And just so we can identify our control sample, we go back to here and our wooden table, and nothing is happening, right? Okay, so nothing is happening. And the reason why we move it is because there's been a lot of tests actually that show that the Earth is stationary, okay, but that the ether above the Earth is constantly moving. And what did Wilhelm Reich really get into with his cloudbuster? He was getting into the ether, right? And his accumulator, we have one right here, they were all about accumulating the surrounding atmospheric ether, right? The orgone. And so with these devices, you're going to have a couple things happening. You're having an accumulation effect, but you're also having a transmutation, a transformation of the ether. So if it's got positive ions and those are harmful for us, and they're from dead stagnant energy produced by EMF sources, then you're going to see those show up near the device, right? Because they're accumulating them. But you're also going to see negative ions because they harmonize those and transmute them and repel out negative ions. So that's why you'll see these constant fluctuations. And then if we go over here, you're probably going to see the same thing where coming out of this crystal, right? Constantly working positive to negative, positive to negative. Go even a little bit closer. Positive to negative. You know, so we haven't even touched anything. We're just going right near it. And we're seeing these big fluctuations happening. Okay. So